know if we might be live right now. I think we are.
That's the beauty of it. Right? You just don't know.
Welcome, everyone. We are live on SaaS on the Streets on most social media platforms that take video. And it's a great pleasure to have a special guest, Chad Morgan, all the way from Seattle. Chad is the man when it comes to sales tools and engagement with customers. And he's built this incredible system. We're going to find out all about it. It's really for anybody who's doing sales in a kind of COVID or post-COVID world, depending on where you live. And, you know, what impressed me so much about Chad is the energy and the enthusiasm and the way he builds community. So we're going to talk about the service, how he approaches building community with his customers. And, you know, I'm really excited about it. We're also going to dive into Clubhouse today because there's some exciting things happening over there. So welcome, Chad.
Well, thanks, man. It's great to get to continue to get to know you. I brought the pooch with me here too, so you might hear some snoring in the background. I like to point her out because if she's not in the camera view, it does sound like someone's seriously sleeping really hard in their REM state. You know, I don't even notice it anymore, but she's like, oh, so.
I was wondering just when we were going live. I was like, what is that sound?
That's her
sound.
Little snoring bulldog.
Ambient good.
Noise. I thought ambient noise now. For me, like if she quit snoring, I would be what's wrong?
If you hadn't told me, I would have thought that was just I just did think that was some sort of cushion.
That's hilarious. That's hilarious.
Fancy cushion. So, and what's the other apparatus behind you? This is where
I have everything. I have my buddy set everything up for me. He's so I got to do some green screen stuff here in just a bit. As soon as I get off the call here, is we're scattering tutorials throughout the app and in key places. And I had him come. He's got that's a super nice camera. So I've got okay cameras, and I had him set it up. I'm like, I don't want to move it because he's got it perfect. But that's just my camera. There's a light there. There's a Peloton over on this side that I need to get on.
It's on the month.
And they're starting to send me reminders like, hey, don't forget about us. You should use that bike every now and again. It's been like a month since I've used it. I'm like, I know I got to get back on that thing.
But you're walking the dog.
She doesn't walk. No, bro. She sleeps like 90% of her life. Like I'll walk her downstairs and out the door, you know, for a bit, and then she'll do her stuff and walk back up, and she's like beat. So
right.
So tell us how you walk right there, Simon.
Tell us the story of QuickPage.com. How did this all come about?
QuickPage is when someone asks me, I say, this is my little pitch. QuickPage is the quickest, most effective video closing tool for sales. And we're actually becoming one of the fastest growing video follow-up solutions out there. It's a sales enablement tool, and it allows you to make a real human connection. It's pretty easy to understand in the world that we live in. And even before this, just so happens that the whole pandemic thing here sort of sped us up, and people embracing what we're doing with video, with the need to social distance and digital retail and those kinds of things. So it's a video outreach tool and more. So we do video outreach. It's pretty easy to explain it when you think about it. Like 93% of communications, voice inflection and body language. So for you to actually use your full sales and persuasion skills, you're going to need everything, your convictions, your personality, your confidence, those kinds of things that you can only do with video until we get holograms. So right now, our focus is in automotive, but it's growing out in real estate, mortgage, insurance. Dealerships are buying it for their entire team. So when someone reaches in, a lead comes in, they can follow back up and say, hey, Simon, this is Chad over at the dealership. I just got your information in. Looks like you're interested in one of those F-150s. By the way, if you look down below, there's another thumbnail. I'm going to do a walk around of the inventory, show you around. And if you click the next thumbnail, I'm going to show you, I want you to see a few testimonials. So you're probably shopping around, but shop no further. You've come to the right place. Click the next thumbnails down. And if you have any questions, I'm here in the live chat. So basically you can curate a bunch of content really quick, put it on a little page. It puts it together on a page, and you can send it out by video, email, and video text, which we call animated text, which it actually includes the first 5 seconds of your video in a GIF, which is super strong. When they open the email up, they see the GIF. When they open the text message up, they see the GIF, and they click through to your page, and that's where you win them over. And that's it in a nutshell. And we're growing like a weed in lots of different places, a unique concept. And we have testimonials flying in every single day. It started originally, the way it originally started was we were trying to help. The idea sort of began early on with me getting involved in going out of business in 2008 with a direct mail company of mine. And I was just looking for something to do. I'm like, knew nothing about anything as far as like online marketing. And I found a guy that was willing to mentor me in SEO. And it just so happens like 2011, it just so happens I got lucky and I ranked my local keywords. And all of a sudden the lights were on. I had requests for proposals coming in, but I had no way of winning them over because I had no experience, no credibility, nothing. And I was just trying to figure out how to make it work. And I'm like, how can I really stand out? And I'm like, maybe if I did a video walking through the proposal, like I'd keep the proposals really simple, like one page, and walk.
Sorry, what were you selling at that point?
Search engine optimization services.
Okay. Yeah.
And so I was just trying to, I would be put in a stack of other proposals with companies that were, way more. I was just getting started. So I didn't know how to stand out. Like I was trying to figure that out. And I just dawned on me, maybe if I just kept it really simple. Everyone else is like 5 pages and 10 pages of just graphs and charts and stuff that make their eyes roll back and they don't understand SEO. So I decided to make a 1-page proposal and do a video walkthrough of it, just breaking it down in layman's terms. I would show them their website. Here's what we plan on changing. And I started winning proposals. And I won big proposals. I did not. I was in offices with brand name companies. They brought their whole team in, and I was quite intimidated, but I kept winning these proposals with I have a very big pet insurance company that I won over here in Seattle. It was amazing. Right. And what had happened, all because I just did that video and was transparent, and it's made me stand out from all the other proposals. So that was sort of the seed of it. And I never
hang on, stop. So one of the things that I learned doing sales was like even a massive sales process can fall down if you just email the wrong person the contract. Like it can just get put in the too hard basket, and you're just like, like people get so far and they go, what happened? Well, sometimes we were sort of discovering, this company Diligent, was that people were just getting stuck. And so what I started to do was to say, okay, who's the best person to get this contract? Oh, that'll be Brian in legal, or Sally, who's the legal assistant, or the chief legal officer, or whatever. Try not to be too prescriptive about my gender assignments. And basically, so I would then contact them and I say, I know this is weird, but can I just, before I send this over, can we just have an online meeting? This is back in 2010. Can we just have an online meeting and I'll just walk you through the contract? And that 9 times, they were just generally just like, sure, that'd be cool. And so we just have 5 or 10 minutes and just walk them through the contract. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. This is what this is about. And there's this, and there's obviously, we have to have a minimum of a year, and, blah, 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 and then it's going to renew unless you cancel. So you're just explaining all the curly clauses in there as well, and liabilities and all of that, and you send it over. And then what happens is that they have some references to what they're looking at, and the thing just, they still have issues that you negotiate through. But what you're saying is that because when you said about sending a proposal through with the videos, you're helping somebody who gets like proposals from 5 different companies. They get yours and they're starting to understand what this is really about and why this is important and why that is important. And don't forget this in videos.
Yeah, it's kind of deeper than that, really, Simon. It's that I get another opportunity to build that relationship, right? And what is that?
Right.
They want to be able to trust me,
Right.
right? They would just want to be able to trust me, so they're going to hear my confidence. They're going to hear me
Right.
go slow and walk them through and break it down in layman's terms. I'm already a cut above, because in their mind, that was perceived as going above and beyond. No one else did that. So there's lots of factors working in here, but yeah, I'm also helping
Right.
them understand it. Like, I'm taking the friction away. They can look at a big graph and go pass it on. Like, yeah, he's going to help me, look at all these tags. They say they're going to help me with these title I don't know what the frick title tag. They don't know all this stuff. So I would like break it down. Like, here's where, the keyword should go in your file name here. Let me show you an example. I would just go really slow and kind of walk them through little highlights of the proposal. And they would watch it and say, we really appreciated that video. That was amazing that you did that. We'd like to set up another time and get you going. I'm like, boom, boom. And that was my secret weapon for the fact that we did so well with search engine optimization, and I hated every minute of it, by the way. I hated that company. Like I wasn't happy there. I didn't like doing that kind of work in the first place, because I didn't have a really good control over the variables with Google and everything else. So I was always trying to find a way out, but we just kept making money, and that eventually funded QuickPage,
Right. Right. So what was that jumping off point? How easy or hard was that to go, oh, I'm actually doing a SaaS proposition here?
Yeah. It's interesting, because I'm doing what I absolutely was made to do. I love what I'm doing. And so it never really felt like work. In fact, it started out as like a hobby, honestly. Like my developer, he was just doing website stuff, and he really wanted to get into app development. So I'm like, okay, cool, bro, let's work on this little side project. We actually started out with an early one when we were doing SEO. I kept trying to find a way to get into like doing something SaaS and building a product. Not for the intentions of just making money. We were trying to solve our own problems, which is how good software sometimes starts, right? So we were handling. This is back when like content was king. Everybody like kick out content, doesn't matter, just content. So we were managing like 100 pieces of content for all of our clients per month. I don't know if you've ever done that or not, but dealing with multiple clients and getting sign off on content to go on their website or something permanent is hell. Yeah. Absolute hell. So I was like, well, what if we built like this software where, it could do everything from point A to Z to sign off to actually publishing on the website. So we just started working on this thing on the side just for fun. And I'm like, man, I really love this. Whether it's going to work or not, I don't really know, but I freaking love this. And and my developer loved it too. And so that was like one of like 15 little SaaS things that I've got all sorts of like wounded soldiers, dead soldiers, of just projects. We're like, what if we could do this? And me and my partner, my developer, just have a synergy, and a few other of us in the team just have this synergy for products and stuff like that. And we just really love it. Yeah. So it never felt like work. And then when we got going with this other project, it was basically started out in automotive, where we were trying to solve this problem for automotive, because in automotive, it's like monopolized by a handful of automotive website providers, and it's bad. Their websites are super bad. You can't do anything. If you want to make changes to it, forget about it. Like they're archaic. They're like 6 years old, behind everybody else. So we were starting to build these auxiliary websites for the sales teams, where they could just, if they wanted to put a YouTube video on a specific WordPress page, they could do that and send a link out to a specific vehicle. And then me and my partner were like, there's something here. What if we were like, what if we could do something where we could allow, that salesperson could put that YouTube video on that specific WordPress page. What if they could make it a way so that the customer could comment back? Oh, that's kind of cool. Right. Like, well, what if they could add one more YouTube video on there? Is that possible? Well, what if they could add a photo on there? Is that possible? And we just started working, in the night on different projects while the SEO company was doing its thing. And we started just building, this idea. And then we scrapped everything and just started from scratch and say, let's start from the very beginning. Let's create a company called QuickPage, and let's just work on it for fun on the side and see what we can do. And we started fresh. We decided that we were going to build on, we started building on Ruby on Rails. We allowed the customer to, make, do a YouTube video, then photos. Then we added, like, what if we could have them make a personal video at the same time? What if it could be in a scroller? What if they could do everything from their phone? And it just kept building on itself. And then, we did everything pretty much ass backwards. We didn't validate anything. We just were having fun, to be honest with you, and trying to solve the problem how we thought it should be solved. And it just turns out that it worked for a lot of people. And then dealerships started picking it up. We got our first client, and we kept getting validation sort of the wrong way, after we put all this time and effort into it. But it just kept getting validation. We kept getting feedback. We started going to conventions and listening really closely, and one thing led to another. And here we are today with something. I feel like we've taught ourselves to play piano, and how it sounds different. It's, someone's got their own little twist to it. So I feel like we've actually kind of taught ourselves how to build this product with being.
I think.
Yeah.
Sorry, finish.
I'm done.
I don't want to cut you up. Well, I feel that. I feel that from the moment I've seen you on like SaaS Growth Hacks. I just shared this into that. I shared it on LinkedIn again, and SaaS Growth Hacks, because I want people to know that you're live and available. So I feel like when I encountered QuickPage app, there was something really different about this.
Oh, thanks.
There is so much vanilla, meaning, vanilla is actually a really nice flavor, but somehow it goes bad rap, didn't it? Vanilla
Yeah.
Poor old vanilla. But there's so much, let's just call it bland. There's so much bland out there in SaaS land, and it could be a new show, couldn't it?
Bland and bland.
It could be a Clubhouse room topic. But there's so much bland in SaaS land, and people are pretending to be a CEO, like they know what a CEO of a SaaS company should be like, or a tech company. You know what I mean? They're trying to. I was just thinking about what's the difference between the way I see you engage in SaaS Growth Hacks or SaaS Boss or whatever those different forums are that you engage in, and I'm thinking he's just like so present, so real, so much energy. And what you said about the fact that you are it's just all clicked, like that sequence of the SEO proposals and winning the dealerships, and like there's a problem here, and actually coming up with the jujitsu kind of move to create QuickPage app, and the way that you are putting out these feature ideas in the groups is incredible. It's like, what? He's going to do this, he's going to do that. I haven't been active for a couple of months. I tried it out last year, and I was so impressed. But how do you approach community?
Well, I'll tell you, this is interesting. When the way I've approached it is, at the very beginning, I would make my calendar. So on my when you sign up, you're going to get some automations from me. At the very beginning, I took phone calls from absolutely everybody. I said, if you signed up, I would send you an automatic QuickPage text. I would send you an automated voicemail drop. And I'd say, hey, I'm really excited. I'm calling a few people out there that just signed up. Look, I'd love to talk with you. I'm going to give you a 15-minute like power session with me personally. So Go ahead and sign up down below and let's talk. And people were blown away by that. It made no sense whatsoever. And my calendar would just fill up completely. Like I had no time to do anything. I just work in between phone calls. But I was just like listening to them, like really hearing them out, like, yeah, I like this and I like that. And yeah, can you do this? Can you do that? I'm like, that's interesting. So I'd really just kind of pay attention to that. And I had to like shut it down to just a Wednesday every single week. And I still do that to this day, which makes zero sense. And people try to talk me out of it all the time. But one thing I've noticed, is that I create these people that are like, yeah, I'm friends with QuickPage, the founder. Oh, you want a good video follow-up tool? Like all of a sudden I started getting tagged all over the internet. because they felt like they had a
Right.
relationship with me personally. And I was always like
Right.
friendly with them. I'd give them my advice. I'd help them. I'd point them to our group. And so I started building like this little moat inside of automotive where people would start tagging me, and just like, I would never have to go promote myself because someone would tag me in a group or something else, or they would send business my way. And so that's really the way I've looked at community, is like, you can pay for advertising a few different ways, right? Well, I paid with my time at the very beginning, and it was a win-win because I would hear feedback and I would create like loyal users. Obviously, you have to have a really good product to back it up. If the product shit, then it's not going to help you. But if you have a good product and you dedicate, you give back to people and make them feel like they're VIPs, they're going to tell other people about you. They want to. They feel like they're a part of it. And as far as community, what I've always done is I've wanted to include everybody in everything that we're doing. I want them to feel like they're a part of watching this company go from like zero to like wherever this thing's going to go, which I feel like it's going to be an absolute brand name across the world in sales enablement tools. So I wanted everyone to feel like they're a part of this. Like, here's the next feature that we're considering rolling out. For me, I don't know. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I think that's part of the magic, is that you're so comfortable with the stage that you're at. You know what I mean? Like, you're just, it feels like you're pushing it and pushing it as far as you can go, serving the people that are here, but you're on this ride that is just, I mean, is it growing at a kind of, is it, do you feel like this invention has like taking way too long? Like, people should have just dived in and grabbed it, and like everybody in the world should be using it? Or do you feel like, no, we're kind of, this is kind of where we're ahead of what I thought, feel just, I'm not talking about like the metrics. I'm just talking about your kind of gut feeling. Like, is it just like frustrating that more people don't have it? Or you?
No. Not at all. I'm never frustrated. I've never doubted where this is going, not even for a second. Have I been a bit discouraged at times? Like, maybe, but not really. Like, I've never doubted where QuickPage is going. Not once, not even once. I know in the core of my being where it's going. And I obviously, I'm going to hit against the bumpers a bit and, change it a little bit, but I know I have the vision for it, like in my heart and soul. Yeah. And for me, if you already know where it's going, enjoy the journey on the way there. That's the way I look at it. I don't know. I know so little about what I'm doing. I mean, every day I feel like I'm learning something new. I don't know how to be a CEO. I don't know shit, about anything. I'm just what I really like is not knowing. And I like just figuring stuff out. And before I outsource anything or before I hire someone, I want to know everything about that. I want to learn it. I want to understand it. And I feel like the rate that we're growing is so nice. Like, I feel like it's just unfolding, I'm not pushing it. I'm not like, trying to brute force like everything into place. I'm like, okay, here's the next step. We got to figure that out. Yeah, time is important. Like, I understand that there's other competitors that are looking at what we're doing, and there's other people out there that are gonna follow us. I have no doubt about it. But I'm just keeping my head down. I'm focused on the vision. I'm not paying attention too much to what everyone else is doing because I don't want to get distracted. And I just want to let it unfold like it's supposed to unfold. And when I find the right levers, and I'm still looking for a few of those levers where I can okay, I can just start pumping this thing and I'm getting it out there, then that's when it's go time. And I'm still I'm tweaking a few of the levers to find those pieces, but we're getting really, really close. We build out a sales team. Like, it wasn't, but 5 months ago, like, I was still banging around trying to like sort that out and like how everything's going to flow in. And, we just put the work in and figured it out. And now I know if I ever need to outsource that or not, I'll be able to call bullshit really quickly on anybody else that, comes in and tries to, scale that up the wrong way. I'll be like, those numbers don't work. And at the very beginning, I think as I tried to play around with like scaling it up too soon and figuring I could just, hey, take this here, you take this and figure it out. Well, it was just a waste of time because I would just throw money at it. And then they would give me these, kind of silly KPI numbers and until they wore me out and I had to fire them. I'm like, okay, I just need to figure this stuff out myself.
Yeah. Cool. I'm just looking at my pages, which are not like great pages, but I think let me just see whether I can bring up. Yeah, if I just share my screen here, but while I'm doing that, perhaps there's something that you might find by way of just illustrating it for people that you could share. I know your computers have changed around a little bit lately, but have you got any kind of imagery or stuff, or should we go off the website just to give people an
Oh,
idea of
you want me to show? I
the
can
whole
share my
thing?
screen. You want me to share my
Yeah.
screen?
Okay. Cool. Yeah. Sure.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do
Okay.
that then.
Okay. You want me just to show like QuickPage? See, screen
Yeah.
share.
Yeah.
Share screen. Okay. Let's see. Share. Oh, you want me to show you quick what we're doing here?
Yeah. Can I do that? Can I edit it in now? Okay.
Go for it. I just shared my screen.
Okay. Cool. Can you zoom in on that?
Yeah. Can you see it?
Yeah.
All right. So this is QuickPage, and QuickPage is a great way to like create content really quick. So we've got this little page here, which is a naked little page, and I don't think I can record my other camera since I told you my computer
Yeah.
big dump. Like I don't know if it'll trigger a video. Oh yeah, here we go. So check it out. Like I can, let's see, it's this one. Cool. Let me put that camera there. I've got two cameras here. So for example, I could say something like, hey, Simon, this is Chad. I just want to take a second, reach out to you, introduce myself, put a face to the name. Listen, I've included details about that proposal down below. You'll see the next thumbnail down there, along with, so you'll see a PDF down there, along with a couple of videos. One is our process, like how easy it is to work with us. A lot of people think this is a big deal, but we make it so easy. And don't take my word for it. I'm going to include a couple other testimonial videos there, people sharing their experience working with me. If you have any questions at all, I'm right here on the live chat. We'll talk soon. Hey, Simon, this is... So I can add that to this page here. And I'm not done because I can add another one. So if I wanted to add another one, or maybe I wanted to do a screen recording and I screen record and I, walk them through some aspect of what I'm doing, or, maybe I wanted to add, a video. So let's see, maybe I can find you on here. Are you on here anywhere on YouTube?
Moonshot Studio.
Okay. Moonshot. Let's see. So I could do Moon Studio. Okay, so then here you go. You got this. I could, I just started watching this one actually. So then I could preview it. I don't know, maybe it's not available. I don't know why it's not. Maybe it has to do with country. I don't know. I don't know.
Maybe I've geo fenced it.
So here I could add this one. Maybe I'm explaining something, so I can just keep adding content. Maybe I wanted to go into my evergreen content where I have testimonials, like I told you I would share with you. I could just quickly drop those testimonials, or maybe a process video or a why buy from me video on there. Right. Here we've got dealerships where they have their inventory. We're going to play around with the MLS listings, or if your company has other sort of product inventories, like you could just quickly view your products and then just drop them on the page. So I could add that on the page, and then I could put I could say, let's see, video for Simon. I could add some content down here. I could add a GIF. Maybe you weren't getting back to me, so I could do what's that one?
Really?
Finding Nemo fish tank. I could do something like that. Maybe I put this here. I could do a call to action. Let's see. Maybe I'd say, hey, Simon, hit me up on the live chat. There's a ton of other things you could do, cook your calendars up, that kind of thing. So then I can share this, and I'll just go ahead and copy the link and open it up in incognito. And that fast, I've actually put together a page, and I'll get all the notifications when you open the page up, the whole thing. So here's what the page looks like. customer, I've got the captions and everything. And I did this in just a matter of a few seconds. The live chat will open up at the bottom here. See, it's super engaging. And they can just rifle through all my content, that quickly, and then they can share it. They can do all sorts of cool things with it. So that's it in a nutshell.
So what I used it for was just to do a little quick, I was doing some invitations for people to come to some training programs, and the thing that you didn't really show there is that when you email it, it's a GIF at the beginning, and it looks like it's the video, and it's click to play, and then it loads the actual page with all of the rich content, right? That's the secret sauce. Well, that's one of the secret sources.
It really is. Look, here's the thing. It's
so clever. It's so clever. It's hard to figure out what the hell is just happening.
So check it out. This is what a text message would look like from QuickPage, right?
Yeah.
It's super engaging. That's why if you write the customer's name or the lead's name down on a little whiteboard the first 5 seconds, because QuickPage will grab a GIF of it and place it in the email and place it in the text message, you have the best chances of ever capturing someone's attention with that strategy right now. Until we have holograms, video is the ultimate pattern interrupt. So few people are using it right now, but the wave is coming. Whether we like it or not, whether you're afraid of video, I tell people it doesn't matter if you're afraid of video or not. If you're in sales, you will be using video. You'll be forced to get on video within the next handful of years, 2-3 years maximum, because of how things are doing with the social distancing and people doing digital retailing and more people on Zoom. You're going to be forced. You better get good at it now. Better get good at it now.
But you're doing something else, is that you're making it multimodal. You're making it available on text, available. I mean, you could WhatsApp that, right? You could put it into Messenger. Is that right?
Yeah, it looks really great in everything. And what?
So do you? So I got a bunch of questions, because you're a SaaS company, and you build customers, and you have these great referrals, and you build. I forgot to mention your Facebook group. That's where I see you waxing lyrical the most about what's coming, and would you guys like this? And everybody's like, yeah, give it to us.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? It'll be there tomorrow. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What about this next week? Yay!
It's just awesome. Yeah,
it's insane.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
This chat is SaaS on the street. So for SaaS companies, what are SaaS companies missing about growing their customer base using QuickPage and video?
How could they use video to grow? How could they use QuickPage to grow?
It's kind of like how do you use QuickPage? Because you're a SaaS company, so how do you use QuickPage to grow your own business? Having built it.
I love it.
How can SaaS, because you're so focused on automotive and all these kind of service industries, can you really just talk to SaaS companies now for a second?
Sure, you should say. There's no doubt about it. I mean, I love that I built a product where I can sell my product with my product. It's kind of meta. I really send it to you and say, bro, check this out. What you're looking at here, your whole team can do. But if you think about this, everything about video makes sense. A small child could understand this. Okay. Do I want to read 5 paragraphs of how your company is going to help me win? Or why don't you just share with me the process on video? Why don't you share the only way 93% of communication is voice inflection and body language. If I'm going to send a video out, sharing my confidence, my personality, sharing with you the process from A to Z, and I'm walking you through it on a screen share in a couple-minute video, versus my competitors that have bulks of text and all these graphs and charts and crap of how I'm going to choose you because you had that. We've all heard this. People buy from people they know, like, and trust. How are you going to do that when your arms and hands are tied in an email? You can't use all of your full persuasion skills. You should get on video every chance you get. Get in front of your customers on video. I don't care what you're selling, your services, your products. It doesn't matter if it's a SaaS. It doesn't matter what you're doing. Get in front of them. I'm still surprised as I'm out there working today and like looking for partnerships and different things. And even from these top salespeople out there, and they just give me these responses back with just bunches of content. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll take that content and I'll flip it
turn it into a quick page.
I'll turn it into a quick page and I'll say, doesn't this feel a little bit better? You know, you're trying to build,
Wow.
sales is all about building relationships. Don't you? I mean, this is video. I'm looking into your eye. I'm building trust and rapport. I'm able to share my personality with you versus a dry email. Like, even if you're a good copywriter, there's something about video that gets people to pull the trigger. They feel like they know, like, and trust you. That's the foundation of a sale. And use the word video plus the customer's name in a subject line. Look at all the case studies. I'm not blowing smoke. 20% better in increase in open rates on your emails. Why? Everybody wants video. Nobody's giving it. So right now, if you're a SaaS, you should use video every chance you get. Figure that out, because it's you're going to go grab market share. Pretty soon, next couple of years, you won't be able to compete without doing video. It's your time to shine. That window's closing, though. It's going to drop.
Wow. That is cool. That is cool. And do you know what I learned today is that I tried QuickPage, and I talked to some of the people that I sent my kind of come do some course, do this mastermind with me. I was doing a sales. I was selling a sales thing, and I basically just put the little intro at the top and a whole lot of blurb and a link to a website. And I think what I can see now is the way that you build this. Go back to that multimodal word. You had like multiple things that people can look at. So it's not, because I think my one was like, I don't want to hear from that guy ranting at me, doing a big wave. I just think it was a turnoff for the Kiwi SaaS companies that I was talking to. But this multiple videos and engagements and GIFs and messages, and like turn it into an art form. So it's a pleasure to kind of look at and go, oh, I don't want to hear from that guy, but I want to hear from her. She's done one of his courses. She's getting great results. You know what I mean? So it's taught me that it's more about diving in and not going, oh, I tested it once. Not sure if it works. You know, it's like you've got to commit and keep going and keep going and keep going.
Yeah, you got to finesse it. I mean, it's just really try to put yourself in the shoes of whoever your target audience is. What would they want to see? They probably don't want to hear like a 4-minute rant from you. What I always teach people is you're the most important part. You want to put yourself on video. They want to be able to trust you, right? You need some credibility in there, that's where testimonials come in. And then Google search whatever, or if you know, what are the pushbacks that people have? What are the things what are the other experiences they've had that are negative? Why don't you address those in a 2-minute video? You know, hey, by the way, like, I'm just a guy here talking, like, you don't know me. We're just now meeting, but click the next video down and you're going to see a 2-minute video why, with all the choices out there, people to help their SaaS grow and all the masterminds out there, why this one is the very best one. And people choose it over all the other ones. It's a 2-minute video, 3 reasons why people choose this one. You know, click the next thumbnail down below. By the way, I'm going to put some testimonials. They're heartfelt video testimonials from people that are where you're at and where you want to be. Listen to them. Don't take my word for it. Because remember, obviously, testimonials, what other people say about you carries a lot more weight than what you say about you. So if you just put together a little playlist and make it bite-sized, people are used to like little bite-sized messages. And that's why we created this little way to create a little playlist where they can go swipe, swipe, scroll, scroll, swipe, swipe, scroll, scroll, and the live chat there to communicate, make the communication frictionless at that point.
I tell you the other thing I love about QuickPage is that I cannot stand doing outbound. I cannot stand receiving outbound calls. You know, I've got one that comes up and it's called something like some competition crap because I saved the number. So I'm in a meeting. I'm like, oh no, it's just some competition crap, you know, and the most powerful step is when the customer takes action, or the prospect, the person that you want to bring on as a customer, when they initiate action. And what you've been able to master is that the outbound is kind of on demand. So it's not like it interrupts my day with a bloody phone call. Who wants that? Like I'm in the middle of stuff. So you're getting the message, you're able to get the message across at a time that they can receive it. And then they take action, even if it's a little chat, like call me or let's talk, and that in the sales process, to have to have the ball be with them and they pass it to you is just like the chances of that deal becoming a reality is so much higher.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and then it's just what step do you want them to take next, right? So for us, sometimes it's a quick call. So we'll include our calendar link there, but maybe it's just like, hey, watch these other videos here, and I'm here in the live chat, or whatever, your call to action is. You just have to, like anything, really just know your audience. What do they want? What are the things that they're frustrated with? How can you make it easier? Like we had this company approach us, and they actually kind of like a rental service for space in your garages. Like if you have extra warehouse space, kind of like a Airbnb almost for like storage stuff. And
right.
Like you can't even it's so new. You can't even wrap your mind around like, how would I rent out my garage? Like, I'm like,
right.
Why don't you make a quick video, a 2-minute video showing them the process? So you're taking all the guesswork away. I might just blow you off. Like, that sounds like a lot of work. What do I have to do? Like, how am I going to get paid? All this. Why don't you make a quick video showing them exactly how easy it is from point A, and link the process together so I can make sense of it in my mind and the aha moment can happen. And I can do that in a 2-minute video. If you can break it down, you don't want like some long 5-10 minute video, but if you had like a 2-minute video with those concerns that people have and the solution, you're going to make some money. This is going to be an easy one. You're going to get someone to that aha moment way faster than some bulky email or sending them to a website where they have to sort through. I feel like QuickPage is like the zero. And what I mean is, like, when you call your service provider and it's like 4 for this, 3 for that, 2 for that. Like, I always start jamming on the 0 to get to an operator where they can give me exactly what I want. And so QuickPage is sort of like giving them exactly, like, you're consulting them. Here's what, to help you make a decision, I provided everything on this page to help you make the best decision. The good thing about QuickPage is it's quick, because you can keep that page intact. And the only thing that you're going to want to do is add that first custom video. People Skills 101. I'm going to say your name, Simon, Chad here. Man, I got your information, and it looks like you're interested in one of our services. A lot of people ask me like, blah, 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 blah. I've included a few videos down below and a little bit about our process, along with some testimonial videos. If you have any questions, I'm here on the live chat. But the next step for you, watch those quick videos, schedule my calendar. Let's just get a quick call in. No pressure call, just schedule on my calendar. Let's talk, see if we're a good fit for each other.
Holy shit. So when people are doing that, how many recordings might they do? If they're going to do 200 recordings to send out 200?
No, I mean, well, think about it. Like, it just depends on what, I mean, if you have so many leads coming in, I just don't know too many people that have so many leads coming in. They can't make you're going to send an email out, right? Okay. I need to get these numbers memorized, but you can talk quite a bit faster than you can type.
Yeah.
So, and especially if you're me, because I'll wear out my backspace button. Usually I have to replace it on all my keyboards. Because I'm like, God, back. Nope. Crap like that, So for me, I want to be able to just get on video and say that freaking 30-second little clip where I'm speaking their name. I'm looking into their eyes. That should be fast. If I'm going to send an email out, unless I'm going to mass send an email, which you can do with QuickPage, you can actually send out to a list and you don't have to say anybody's name. That's totally cool. But if you have, if you're talking about mid to high ticket items where you just, you're working with manageable amount of leads, I would say the lead's name, Simon. What's more, there's nothing more beautiful to someone's ears than their own name. And when you say it on video, that's how you build relationships.
Right. That's so good. There's so many things that you're talking about. Like obviously you've got so much experience to share, and you're doing Wednesday kind of clinics, scaling the unscalable, with giving your time to people. Are these, make an appointment with Chad type things for 15 minutes, or are these open book things for multiple people to join in? How do you run those?
Right now they kind of get maxed out. Like I don't even have the full day anymore. I have like a partial day dedicated to these 15-minute little power sessions. So when someone signs up, that's when they get an opportunity to book a power session with me. If someone reaches out to me, or if they hit our support, like I'm pretty open. I'm not as much anymore, but I try to give my time, or I'll make sure that they get help, whatever they need. But the future looks bright, and it's just getting better, especially with what I've discovered. What holds most people back, this is kind of interesting, is the fear of video.
Right. You just have to get them over that, or they have to get over that, and then they're away.
It's unbelievable. Like, did you ever have the fear of video, Simon?
To have the fear of video.
Did you ever were you ever nervous when you first started getting on video? I knew you've been like broadcasting, like, I mean,
yeah. No, I would say just more self-conscious rather than a fear.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went straight into acting school after I finished school. So
I love that.
Yeah, but what about an academy? Would you consider kind of a QuickPage academy where people?
I love these kind of out of the box ideas.
Yeah, so I mean, basically, what I've kind of turned from being a SaaS professional to being a knowledge broker, and that's basically I have to keep reminding myself that I've actually left SaaS behind, even though I'm more in it than ever.
Yeah,
with a whole lot of different clients. But I'm taking the knowledge and experience and packaging that up so people can come in and they can have an immersive course or a mastermind that I teach, and it's either live or it's on demand. I've just been doing them live because I like the live feeling, and it just feels like a quick app academy. I could come in, I could do like, you could have the beginner and the intermediate and the advanced kind of sessions, and you structure it, and you're teaching kind of the same thing to people. It might be once a month. It might take the place of some of your 3-hour Wednesdays. But it's like, here's the getting started. These are all the tools in the toolbox. Don't just think because you just saw this one thing that's what you got to use, and don't get stuck here. And and a lot of it is just what you said, which is teaching people about the mindset and what they're going to really push through. Because to master QuickPage is to master communication and sales and engagement. And like, imagine if you were just stepping into my head and looking at what I've got to put out there, and you'd just be like, right. Like if you were Captain Kirk on the on the Simon Small holodeck going, just be like, what just happened, Chad? It's all right, I got this. We're gonna put this here and that here and do the
It's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I actually really like it. It's funny because I'm doing these webinars and stuff, and sometimes they go on and on and on and on and on. Like I did one for the other day, and I can talk forever and like an hour and a half, and then no one's gonna watch it. We put it in the app, and it's like an hour and a half long, and like no one's gonna really watch that. No, it's too long. I need to do like these little power sessions with people, like, and I think one of them should be around like when someone first starts up, like what is their hesitation? The fear of video. Like they know deep down, like I need to be doing this, but for whatever reason, and I'm trying to sort of figure this out, and I can go back to my own fears of how I overcame some of these things that would hold me back from doing video. And sounding good, or that little guy that sits on your shoulder that filters everything that you say, how to get through all that and just be your natural self. Because one thing about it is people have this misconception that you have to have everything polished, and nobody really wants that. Well, that's why we watch reality shows. We like to see like people in real life. And so if you can just figure that, sort that out in your mind right away, like it's okay. You don't have to, if you say, but as long as you're being true to yourself, and that's how you normally communicate, people are going to feel that. It just carries so much weight. But when you're trying to fake it and trying to be polished, you'll notice that your voice goes up here from to here to here, and you're speaking in a different way. And that's why when you watch yourself back, you're like, God, that's horrible. It's horrible. That's because you weren't your authentic self. And when you're your authentic self, look, I think video is the best self-help tool in the entire, one of the best self-help tools that you can ever utilize, because it's going to make you a better communicator. It's going to make you more confident. You're going to make more sales. Everything about it is like a win-win-win if you let it be. And I need to help people get to that quicker. And I honestly, right now we're talking about early adopters to video.
Yeah.
In 2 to 3 years, people are going to be forced to be on video just to compete. I truly believe that with all my heart. Right now, it's like early adopters. You have time to kind of figure this out, but you should get going on it now. Get good at video now.
Yeah, totally. And there's an aspect of putting the time in, because there's not in my former life, I was a TV producer, and a local TV station down in Southland at the bottom of New Zealand, and it was actually set up by a bunch of farmers. And the local people that came to present the shows actually became amazing, but it's a 2-year kind of process. It's like 18 months, 2 years, and then suddenly it's like, you got this, and and what it is time on screen, and time on video, and time in interviews. And a friend of mine taught me to ski. He just said it's miles under the skis. And so and I got to this rut where I was just skiing on my own, just thinking, this is ridiculous. I'm getting nowhere. And then all of a sudden you pop out and it's like, wow, how'd I get here? Well, because you just did the miles under the skis,
It's true.
And I think it's the same with video. Yeah.
I think you're right. I think you're absolutely right. Like it isn't really a quick fix. One of the things that I did that really helped me out when I first got going early on was I wanted to send this video out to showcase my product to someone that was like, I put on this pedestal, status level way up there. I'm nervous to even talk to them, right? But they said, hey, yeah, send me what you got, right? So I'm going to make a QuickPage. I'm going to do a video. And I remember going, I'm like, go find a good spot. I found this cool spot in the park, this beautiful park in Washington State, in Tacoma. And I sat there and I flipped the camera on, and I could not make sense of any of the words that were coming out of my mouth. Like it was just constantly that little guy that's just filtering everything. And I'm like, God, it sounds like shit. I made like easily 300 videos that day. I swear to you. Wow. And someday I'll put them all together and it'll be hilarious, because they probably sucked up to the cloud before I could delete them off my phone. But the very 300th video, I'm like, I've got to solve this, because I'm here all day and this is really stupid. This is getting ridiculous. I'm like, I've got to figure this out for myself going forward. And I'm like, I just deleted 299 videos. I'm going to delete this one. Well, who cares? Why not just be myself? Like, why not just relax? I'm going to delete it. So I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up? How's it going? And all of a sudden I'm like,
I'll just like, Bob.
I just like, I did it. I was myself. I was true to myself. I was genuine. I didn't care. I took the burden off of like having to be perfect, and it felt right. It felt good. And I sent it off. And from that day on, if I didn't do video for a while, I had to get myself back in that mode. But then I started doing live videos, and I thought the same thing. Like, why not just try to be genuine to myself? And who cares what people think? Once you figure out that no one thinks about you in the first place, it's freaking amazing. You'll be set free for the rest of your life. No one's thinking about you ever.
So that comes through in QuickPage, like on the QuickPage Facebook page, when you're in the SaaS growth hacks, or these different forums. That same, who cares, probably hate me, but this is who I am. You know, like,
Yeah.
I don't mind. I don't mind. It's just me. And it embodies the whole thing. You know, like even you sitting there with the Q on your head with that cap is, you know, like it's just, there's not many people can just pull the whole thing off like that. Too many people are I can just see them and feel them being careful and being censored. And because, you know, they got a big SaaS company, they might be getting investment, or they've got investment, and they don't want to. They're kind of like just have we say a carrot up their ass. You know, it's just like it's just a little bit intense. You know, it doesn't need to be.
Yeah, probably. I mean, I just resonate with people that are super genuine. There's everyone's trying to be something. You know, I don't know. You know, I believe everybody, and that might be a fault of mine. Like, if you tell me something, I'm like, okay, I'm going to believe you until you tell me different, until I see differently. So early on, like I would try to go to the top and like hire people, and they had this persona online of being somebody that knew something. And then like, I know a little bit about what I'm hiring them for, and I realize that they're just complete frauds and fakes. Like, and it really shocked me, you know, to see how many people. And I went through quite a few different contractors. So, like, I don't really know, man. There's so much I don't know, and maybe I shouldn't tell people all the things I don't know. But I'm just having fun, you know. I figure if I can't have fun doing this, you know, if the whole thing sinks tomorrow, there's a freaking million ways to make lots of money. I just want to have fun and be genuine to myself as I'm doing it, you know, and it just so happens this one looks like it's going to win.
Yeah. Hey, so you got a little more time? Because I got a couple of things to.
Yeah. I've got to get, let's see here. I have a little bit of time, and yeah, I got a little bit.
Cool. So just to follow up on this Academy idea.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
No, I think it's going to win for you, because how many users do you have?
We've got a few thousand users right now, and a lot of them are dealership teams that pay us really well. But our focus is in automotive right now. Yeah. And Q2 we'll roll out some stuff for the real estate, and we'll start spinning that plate a little bit more. So we've got a pretty good. I didn't want to be everything to everybody, even though our tool works for everybody. But our focus really is lasered on automotive, and we have industry layer tools specific to automotive industry that make it very enticing to want to use QuickPage in automotive. But the same thing is going to apply to real estate, mortgage, and insurance, and so on. So right now, for the next, this next year, it's going to be like laser charge focus in that area.
But there's nothing that, say, SaaS companies can't benefit from right now, right?
Oh, no. Look, you know, this right out of the gate is, if I'm a SaaS company, I mean, I would use this. We have SaaS companies signing up. So, I mean, it's not like for us, like, it's just the way we're doing things right now, where I'm building this brand and this moat inside of there. We're going to spin SaaSes out as well. But if you're a SaaS company, like, I would embrace this with open arms. I'd get your whole team on it. You know, reach out to me. If you're friends with Simon's, your friend with me, then let me hook you up.
Cool. So what I was thinking about the Academy is something that happened with Diligent, was that as a SaaS product for compiling board papers into a virtual book. This is started 2001, you know, a long time before a Kindle or an iPad had hit the market. So this is kind of the first online, completely secure virtual book for managing board papers. And over time, it just sort of got into the large company secretarial teams of major corporations in the world. Now, you know, probably 80-90% of those companies are actually using this one product called Diligent.
Yeah.
So what happened, I left about 2012. What happened just shortly after that was that they started to build this certification for people to get certified in using the product. Mm-hmm. And then people started putting on their LinkedIn profiles, like, I'm certified in board books. Yeah.
I've thought about this.
I could see that you had the Academy with the structured training, which you deliver live because it'd be really engaging, but you also have it on demand. but you then have this certification if you come out of that, and you just keep creating this sort of like a black belt kind of, yellow to black or whatever.
Certifications are so smart. Like I love
Yeah,
it. Yeah, it's really interesting
because it ties in well to that whole concept.
of just
Anyway,
yeah. I think
yeah,
that's pretty cool. I thought about creating like this little side thing called the follow-up formula. What do you
right,
think about that? Like I create a little logo just for fun one night, like the follow-up formula, and which is
yeah,
like kind of like a certificate, sort of
yeah,
style, where you've passed the follow-up formula. You understand what it takes to like do a really powerful follow-up customer lead experience. Something like that, right?
yeah. We can talk
You
about
got-
it offline, but
you-
yeah,
yeah,
something
this,
that's
yeah.
something that starts to mean something to people in their skills that they've acquired, that they are then going to start saying, "Hey, I'm qualified in this," and people will go, "Oh my god, we want to get QuickPage in. She's got the certification. Like,
Yeah,
it's
yeah, I
great.
know. That's super
Let's
cool.
hire her as well." You know,
Yeah. It's definitely
um,
like a long play, right? I mean, that's going to be a while before we get to the where we're like, oh, QuickPage follow-up formula, you're certified? Yeah, cool. That would take a while. Probably wouldn't mean something for a bit until we really establish like serious like market penetration, right? But it who knows? Like at this
it
point,
kind of goes hand in hand. It goes hand in hand as you're building, I think.
I think so. Yeah, I definitely think it could be. I guess we'd have to set like the course criteria and what it means to pass or fail. Like, could you actually fail? What does that look like? I
Yeah,
mean,
it's not like a university course, so
yeah,
you
right.
can kind of make it up.
Yeah.
Um, okay, so the next thing I wanted to talk about is Clubhouse. You've been on for a couple of months, and what's your sense of Clubhouse at the moment?
So cool. I had to stop for a bit because I'm like it seems like everybody's saying the same thing. Like, man, I'm addicted. I listen to 8 to 12 hours a day. I'm like, man,
Yeah,
I have to focus sometimes, and I see the serious value of it. If I could, I would definitely commit or have someone on my team if I had the extra resources to just be in there 3 hours a day, 4 hours a day, 5 hours a day, just on Clubhouse all day long, just giving value, keeping that room going. There's so much value in there. I popped on for the first time 3 months ago. I kind of poo-pooed it for a while, and then I jumped in, and I'm like, I jumped into a few rooms and I heard my name come up. Like, and these were automotive focused rooms. I heard my name come up a few times. And of course that makes me so happy, like, oh, Chad's actually here in the audience. Like, this is super cool, man. This is crazy. Cause they were talking about something completely different, than but all roads, especially right now in automotive and are pointing towards video because
right.
as you know, like the Vrooms and the Carvanas are making like big strikes against the automotive world as far as like the customer experience being complete dog crap, so video is really a key component to making the experience good. So we keep popping up. I was just so impressed that my name kept popping. I switched to another room and I heard it come up again. I'm like, okay, this is something I need to pay attention to. And then of course I participated in a few different rooms where you pitch investors. I didn't actually do any pitches, but what I did learn is like how bad my pitch would be right now, just listening to a lot of other people talk about, them pitching and then getting feedback from these investors, like harsh feedback. I'm like, oh God, I would get destroyed right now. Like, I got to go back to the drawing board and like fix my, get my pitch down better. So I've learned a ton, just a short amount of time I've been there. It's going to be huge. Like, as soon as they release Android, like there's no stopping Clubhouse. Like, I don't think, I mean, I don't know all the technical stuff about it. I haven't really paid attention to even how they're going to monetize it. I have a few ideas how they could do that, but do you know how they're planning on monetizing Clubhouse?
No, and I hear this. There's been some of these rooms just go for like 4 or 5 hours, and I'm leaving, they're still going, and then I wake up and they're still going. They just roll, don't they? But one of them. So we have a chap called Kim.com who lives locally, who's a bit of an internet celebrity. The US want to extradite him. He's that kind of a celebrity.
Oh,
And he's talking about, how can we preserve what's precious about Clubhouse and not just have it get destroyed by forces that kind of tend to destroy social media companies.
yeah.
And someone was saying, oh, I understand why they've got to monetize. I mean, they need the money. It's like, no, they don't. They don't need the money. They could go out and get another like 300 million tomorrow on a probably a 1.5 billion valuation, the amount of froth that it's got. Like,
Yeah.
You don't need to monetize to get money into the company, especially if you're Clubhouse with it running so hot. So you think about Facebook. Facebook was so late turning on its monetization around the IPO time. It's like, okay, now we're going to put ads on. Facebook compared to Clubhouse when it started monetizing like 5 years from now, with all the hype, just going for another 5 years and then just doing it at the last minute,
Yeah, that's interesting. I really like right now. I don't know. I like how it's just super free form. I haven't been on enough to know. Like, I'm still sort of mostly ignorant to how Clubhouse works. But I mean, I've been a host of a couple rooms, and I've been a speaker in a few, and I've been in the audience of quite a few, and I've spent some time in there. I just love how it's just free form and organic, and it seems to be like free speech. I don't know if that'll probably change. I don't know. Maybe they'll start kicking people out for saying certain things, but I really like that aspect of it. Like, it's just free. You can just, whatever topic you can dream up, whether it doesn't matter, you can talk about it. I think that's pretty awesome. And that's amazing. And I hope they can preserve that. If anything, forget all business stuff. They can just allow people to talk about whatever they want to talk about. Obviously if it's not harming people, but, just free outside of the box thinking, no matter what it is, whether it's aliens, flat earth, doesn't matter. Let people just talk about whatever they want to talk about. I think that's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they're definitely in this whole area of figuring out the lines and the boundaries and how people can report other people if it's totally inappropriate, and how you can also safeguard people from just bagging people out because they don't like them and reporting them for stuff that they didn't need to report them for, So there's a whole lot of that sort of boundary setting. But I've been in 2 this week. I hosted one a couple of nights ago, just a kind of a local one called Queenstown Sharing. And it's with the guy who runs the local Facebook group here. It's got 41,000 members for a town that's like, I don't know, 30,000 people. I don't know. I think there's a lot of out of towners. But anyway, he's just been curating that himself. So he's got a really good ear for the community. And we had 2 sisters who joined kind of last minute, and they've got a top selling or top rated podcast that's just come out. And to your point about conning, people being conned, it's called Conning the Con. So she was conned, and she is by her partner, and she basically does this sort of real-time podcast about, I've just found out, and it's about her sort of turning the tables on him.
Oh,
so
wow.
And
that sounds super interesting.
It was amazing, but there was only like 5 or 6 of us in the room.
No.
And we're talking for about 40 minutes. And because I set it out and said, look, this is a bit like a country pub, it's just like a few of us sitting around having a drink, chatting. And we got into this conversation after 40 minutes. And it was so kind of close. Like you really are just sitting with 6 people.
Mm-hmm.
And here you are on this massive platform, and that there's no kind of there's no one else there because no one else is in the room. And it didn't feel like we were missing a single soul. And it's what you said about it being so kind of organic. Like it can scale to 5,000 people listening to Elon Musk, and it can come down to just like 5 or 6 people having a chat.
It's amazing. It's going to be the big. I've been telling everybody about it.
Yeah.
Well, I think I hope it sticks. If it doesn't, something else will pop up. Just like if it does fail, because this is too big. I think people like it. They don't have to be on, on one side. I mean, you can multitask. I mean, that's the beauty of
Yeah.
podcasting. You can multitask. Just leave that thing on. Like sometimes I'll do that. I'll just like leave the
Yeah.
Clubhouse on. I'll be doing something else,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
I hear my name or something pop up, and I'll like join in the conversation for a minute, and then pop back out. Like that is so clever. I'm really liking it a lot.
So what's the opportunity for your SaaS business, do you think, in that Clubhouse kind of world? What do you think for other SaaS companies that are listening?
Well, I would just give back a bunch. Like I'm looking at working with a few trainers that just provide lots of value when it comes around a follow up. For me, like my power partner is someone that does training, right? Because I have the delivery tool. So if I can have someone else that has experience in whatever it is, whether it's real estate, mortgage, insurance, auto sales, SaaS, it doesn't matter. Someone that's good at the sales side of that, partner up with me as a delivery tool to that messaging. Let's get your messaging down, how you're going to do it in a sequence. I can share on that on the delivery tool to make that even more powerful, to make sure that you actually get your message in front of those people in the coolest way possible. So for me, I want to just partner with people that are training. I want to partner with trainers and bring this to them, like, together.
Right.
Yeah, I think that's the best way to do it, is just deliver lots of value and get people in there. All right, let's talk about the follow-up. Let's talk about how you can get your SaaS to the next level. What are you missing? How are we going to get you more replies? How are we going to get you more demo? Let's talk about how we can get you some more demos. And then, by the way, let's use QuickPage, because this is the best way to do it. You can create a little playlist of content. You're going to put your best foot forward. You're going to give them that powerful gift. You're going to give them that powerful video email. And then you're going to say these things. We want to hook them up front. We want to say this in this sequence. I think that's how we're going to do it, is just giving tons of value out there wherever you can. For example, like Dan Martell, like I don't know how many times I've signed up for his stuff. Like I've signed up to his stuff just so many times, because he's always like giving something about an SDR or some sort of thing that I'm interested in. He's just constantly giving stuff away, and then I'm always signing up for it. I must be on his list 1,000 times, like, yes, download, I want that. And then it sends me over. It's just because he's giving things I want away, which obviously this is a great marketing strategy for anybody. I think the same thing applies to Clubhouse. Go in there, just give tons and tons and tons of value. People will follow you, and then they're going to DM you, and they're going to say, hey man, I heard you talking about this and that. Like, I'm interested. Can tell me more, or look, how do I book a demo?
Cool, man. That's fantastic. Yeah, I think you're one of the few people that really has the pulse of things, and I really appreciate you kind of sharing those insights about Clubhouse, because of the way I see you interacting on on your Facebook group, and in these other Facebook groups that you're part of, kind of the SaaS community. So
Let's do something on Clubhouse together, just so I can get.
Yeah,
I love to get my feet wet a little bit more with it and get something started. That'd be really fun to do.
Yeah, well, I've got the name.
Yeah,
I've got the name. If you've got the inclination,
okay.
I'll tell you about it. What's SaaS in the Club?
Oh yeah. Okay.
SaaS in the Club. I even have the graphic. Here.
Nice. Oh, I'm in. Count me in. Tell me.
Here we go. Hang on. Where is it? 1 second, caller. It's a Canva thing, right? It's on my WhatsApp. Here we go. What will look better? Probably. No, I think that looks better. Okay, here it comes.
Let's see it. What do you got? Are you sending me something? You sharing your screen?
No, I'm trying to share.
There you go. Something's happening.
Hang on. Take that off. SaaS in the club.
Coming. It's coming. It's trying. It's trying.
What do you think?
Do you see it on your end? I don't see it on my end yet.
You don't see it in the stream, the live
No,
stream?
I see. All I see is it's circling, like trying to render it. Let's see. It says having trouble connecting this often is caused by unstable internet connection. That's what I just got. I don't know if it's
okay.
on my side. I don't know. Maybe other people see it. I don't know why I don't. But my internet is kind of spotty sometimes. I just don't know.
Okay, I'll remove it and then I'll add it again.
Okay, let's try it again.
Now.
Nope. No.
Okay. All right, I'll remove it. Anyway, we'll see if it comes out on the recording.
Okay, maybe.
So, yeah, we'll set it up. That'd be awesome.
All right, right on. Well, that's exciting, man. Well, it's been good to get. Like I appreciate you always like giving me shout outs, and I think somewhere soon our cross are gonna path our paths are gonna cross, and the synergy is gonna kick in, and we'll find something to do together. So I'm always appreciate you. It looks like you've done a lot with your life and what you got going on there, and you have tons of value to provide. So I appreciate you asking me to be on. That's pretty awesome.
Awesome. Wow. It's great to finally get to talk to you, and you know, it's funny, like you get impressions of people, and I think that's what you're really good at, is like 1,000 different impressions, and it kind of makes this picture. You know what I mean? It's like and
this is the most we've ever talked. Probably.
Oh, yeah.
Right. So what was is your impression of me different now that we've spoke than your
my impression of you was that if we got on a call, we'd have a really good conversation because of the way that you conduct yourself, the way that you built the business, how awesome the product is, how unique it is, how blown away I was to be able to go, hey, wow, he's given it to me for like period of time, and I'm in there using it, testing it out, but yeah, it's just kind of, it's that yeah, like you said, just great to meet you and get to know you a bit more.
Yeah, so same with you, man. Well, we'll be talking some more. Let's do a clubhouse together, and let's stay in touch.
Cool. All right. Take care. Thanks a lot.
Later.
Cheers. Bye.